So, what do we have today? We have Marvel Select Venom. We are Venom. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back again. Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel. That is your home for tech, toys, and talk. We have another very awesome unbox. This was courtesy of, well, Dave's Dimension, of course. And we picked this up actually back in August at Steel City Con. And I'm going to have a link in the video description below if you guys want to check that out. It's a very awesome event, Steel City Con. Steel City Comic Con in, well, of course, Steel City, PA. And this was among many very awesome things we picked up. We still have a slew of unboxes to do. We picked up, of course, the Black Lantern, the DC Multiverse McFarlane wave. We have that. We have some full-size page punchers with Constantine, Black Adam. Just a ton. We have this Diamond Select that we're going to unbox today, along with Thor. And of course, that's also where we got the Flash Hot Toys. So if you guys want to check out that video as well, I'll have that in the video description below. In case you're wondering why you're not seeing my face today, allergies, sinuses, my eyes look like crap. But you guys aren't here to see me, you're here to see him. This is the, now in case you're looking at this, hey Dave, this Venom looks different. This isn't Tom Hardy. No, it's not. This is Eddie Brock from the comics. So we're going to rip this open up. This is the Marvel Select or Diamond Select Marvel line of figures. Now these figures, they're pretty much pretty close to having a statue, but a posable statue at that. As you can see, there is a ton of accessories. We get the head with the, fiercely extending tongue right there. Could give Gene Simmons a run for its money right there. We have the Venom mask molding, the symbiote wrapping around Eddie's head in mid-transformation. And of course, we have a fearsome look with multiple Venom heads sticking out at once. And we get some alternate hands here. So guys, what do you say we get right on into this? Now, if you guys never seen Marvel Select, well, it's a line that we really don't see all that much anymore. It's being phased out. At least that was my understanding. So if you guys find a Marvel Select, you want to hop on this. Now, what was very cool was, I'm going to show you guys some of the art right here. The art on the box is just insane right there. Of course, it gives you some examples and also talks about some of the other Marvel Selects you can actually pick up. We got Barbarian Hulk, not to be confused with World War Hulk. And of course, we got the Rhino. If I ever see the Rhino, I think I'll have to pick him up. But Venom is a very awesome find. And I mean, those that don't know, it's just usually these cardboards pop off right off the side, making it a little bit easier. No, we also got some adhesive on this one. You guys know me, I'm not an inbox collector, so we're going to rip this right on open. As you can see, we have more art in here, and they added a bunch of glue. Actually, yeah, there's some, looks like they added some tape to here. So, this has never been opened before, not from what I can tell. So we're going to rip right on into this, guys. With the Diamond Selects, it's not that hard. Not a whole lot to do. And we're going to toss this off to the side, but we have a nice little synopsis here talking about the vigilante known as Venom. We are Venom. Actually, is a symbiotic being consisting of the human reporter Eddie Brock, a fluid, intelligent organism from outer space who feeds on his adrenaline, granting him all the powers of Spider-Man. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you guys, but long story short, in the comics, there's a couple different storylines with the comics here. One was that this symbiote attached himself to Spider-Man after Spider-Man was saving J. Jonah Jameson's son John, who was an astronaut coming back from space. They found a living organism, the Venom symbiote. The symbiote saw the strength and ferocity, just the immense, all the abilities that Spider-Man Peter Parker had, and he bonded with him, creating the black suit Spider-Man that we know, where we have the black suit, and of course we have the spider emblem. And this is where that all comes from. It came from merging with Peter Parker. But when Peter found Venom's the symbiote's true ulterior motives, he found a way to rip himself apart, to rip the suit off, the symbiote off of him. And what happened was the symbiote then merged with Eddie Brock, who happened to be at the bottom of this bell tower, because it was sound waves that were actually the weakness. So, with that being said, the hatred that Venom now had towards Peter Parker, Spider-Man, for shunning him, and of course Eddie Brock also hating Peter Parker for causing him to lose his job. Well, it wasn't really Peter Parker's fault. Parker called him out on some stuff, and the rest is, as we like to say, is history. Now, the two merged together because of their shared hatred for Peter Parker, and they became Venom. Now, Venom was, at times, just like it says, a vigilante, but he was kind of an anti-hero. He was a hero, but didn't play by the rules of humanity, so to speak. Have some plastics holding him in. Yes, we do. So I'm going to pause, and we're going to get all the zip ties off so we can pull him right out. Okay? Okay, so we got all the zip ties, the little twist ties off, thanks to Bat Knife. Gotta have a superhero crossover somehow, right? So, here we are. Now, we got some extra arms coming out of the side, out of the lower back here. And, of course, we have all the little Venom heads sticking out right to the back there. Kind of freaky, kind of almost nightmarish if you think about it. All these multiple heads and personalities of Venom coming out. And of course the center head is fully adjustable. Now these do not come off. In case you're wondering, can we take this off? No, you can't. It stays because we are Venom. I love the arms on here now. I did get a third-party a Japanese manufactured design of a Venom and Carnage, and I'm going to have links for those videos in the description below for you guys to check out. They were pretty cool, but I gotta say the build on the Marvel Select, I'm really digging it. If you've already had a Marvel Legends figure, you're going to see some similar kind of takes and designs and takeaways on here, but I definitely love this. I'd say the design of the torso it's similar to if you took Marvel Select or if you took Marvel Legends and if you took McFarlane and kind of married the two together. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here without any kind of like shoulder hinges. I mean, we get some torso turning right here, right before the actual shoulder itself. So that's cool. We do get rotation at the wrist here. If you want to remove because he's got some large ham hocks here. He's got some large claws right there. So if you wanted to remove it, just put a fist on, the fist with the little web shooter, so you can see a little indentation right there. Or if you wanted to, we can just take the hand off and put this kind of more human-like arms on there. Now, you wouldn't remove it here. This isn't pop because you do have pins here. You do have pin joints. And there's an extra peg here. I'm not sure what that is for specifically. Unless I think we could actually put the peg of this arm, I think, can actually go onto this. That's something we can do. I guess that's something we can do. I'm not too crazy about the look of it. Because it's either that or trying to see if we can remove the hand. The hand does peg out, and then we can put this on. At least I'm going to try to. Yeah, this doesn't peg on there. So I'm going to say that yes, this does peg onto the outside. I just think it looks really weird though. And this is, I mean, this is a left hand. This is a left hand that I'm putting onto a left arm. I mean, this does kind of add to this, add to the extra limbs that he has here. You know, kind of like the whole mutated spider kind of thing going on. I mean, I'm going to do some online research because I really think that should be elsewhere. But does he stand pretty solid? Yes, I have desk mat here. Let's see if we can pose him where he's stable. So. Now he does have peg holes. So if you have any of those plastic stands, you can do that. Or, better yet, break out a flight stand, and we could always set him up into an action pose that way. And actually, I like using these stands for a lot of my figures because then, depending on how top heavy they are, and he's got some chunk, he's got some heft, especially on the upper torso. But I mean, you could use a regular like a NECA stand or something like that, and peg it right onto the bottom. It's going to hold him up. His body is pretty solid, but we got the Venom with closed head or closed jaw. I'm gonna try and swap it out for this one with the saliva and venom coming out of his mouth. I mean, that's pretty cool. And of course, there is a peg in here so you can actually attach his tongue. Or slots in, I should say. So we can do the. I have to find a little slot that's in here. But we have that, or we have the Eddie Brock morphing into Venom. I want to say the Eddie Brock head. I think the sculpt of the head looks a bit large, considering the body itself. But it's comic book. It's Eddie Brock. So I mean, it's up to you if you guys want the sculpt. His eye almost looks cross-eyed in a way. Whoa, sorry about that. Hold that up so you guys can see. Almost looks slightly cross-eyed, like he's not exactly looking straight. But of course, he's merging with an alien symbiote. Would you be thinking straight? No, I wouldn't. I'd be losing my mind a little bit. But I like the open mouth Venom much better. I like that sculpt. I mean, he does have a little, not too much torso. Not too much. He's got waist rotation, obviously. You got your basic kind of, what you would expect from Marvel Legends. You get the rotation out on the upper thigh here. You get knee joints. The ankle's a little stiff. We don't get like the full rotation we get on a lot of the newer Marvel Legends figures. But, I mean, the sculpt alone on here is phenomenal. If you've ever had Marvel Legends, you know, you usually get a pretty awesomely solid figure right there. None of the joints feel loose. I wish there was a little bit more torso, or if there was an option to remove some of the extra heads so we could just get a classic looking Venom. But I'm still perfectly fine with this. I love the detail on here, how you have all the different size Venom heads kind of just piercing right out of his torso. If you guys can see that right there. I mean, it's just all kinds of freaky, and I'm loving it. I love horror. I love anything that is just freaks the mind out, as it were. And I mean, this would give most people a nightmare. For me, it's pure joy. It's pure joy in a Leighton here. So he's just going to throw him in a nice little stand right here. One reason why I like these little flight stands, one, they give you a nice solid base right here. Two, you can extend this, so if we really wanted to have him more in a flight pose, I could readjust the screws, and then we could have him almost in a web slinging type motion. There's a lot of stuff we can do, but for the most part, I'm just going to use it as a stabilizer to keep him solid, because, well, the shelving in here in the dimension, it's a carpeted floor because it's an apartment. I can't rip the carpets out, unfortunately, so the floors are a little bit wonky at times. So that's why I like using these stands. Plus, well, if I wanted to feature any of the accessories, I can actually put them right there at the base. That's one thing I could do. Or, for the most part, usually what I'll do is I'll ziplock my items, and I'll keep them in a nice little case. Marvel, DC, and whatnot. So, but all in all, I'm digging this character. Some of these you can range. Some of the Marvel selects, you can actually find them between $29, $30, $35, $40. Now, this retailer at Steel City Con was selling these $29 a piece or 2 for $50. So, yeah, I was like, 2 for $50? Bang. So, I got Thor, and I got the Venom. And I'm loving this. This is an awesome figure. So, I mean, technically, I paid $25 for him. No tax, no shipping or anything. So, I think that's a win-win. Like I said, the Venom coming out of his mouth, just the green saliva and slime. And look at, the sinews, the veins, the different coloring on the veins. I mean, this is something we don't even get from Marvel, or Marvel Legends, I should say. And I'm just digging this. I mean, this screams comic book. I mean, even on back, you probably can see it too well, but you can see the stretching of the Venom symbiote flesh and skin, I guess you would call it. We can see the lines of the spider costume going all the way around. Now, there is a little gap here and a little gap down here, but that's fine. I can make certain allowances for that. I mean, it should be just one kind of solid. They could have just left it right there and not done any paint down here. I think that would have been fine, but they didn't. But hey, that's neither here nor there. I mean, he is a very solid figure. Not one piece of his joints or wrists or articulation feels loose at all. It feels very stiff. The only exception is we get a little wibbly wobbly from the chest to the torso here. A little looseness, but not much. It's not going to affect how you're posing your figure, not by one bit. But guys, this is phenomenal. If you get the chance to get this figure, I highly recommend getting it, especially since Marvel Legends is kind of going away. First, like I said, we get the alternate hand, so if you want to do the fist, we can probably pop the fist right here. But I like having the claws open. I like how they have the sculpted, fierce, articulated claws right there. That's what I love, and that's what I'm sticking with. And that's my story, guys. Like I said, I have to do some adjusting on here. But if you're Marvel, if you're a Spidey fan, I mean, even if you're not, I mean, Venom. You can't go wrong with Venom. Venom is the stuff of nightmares, but he's also redemption. I mean, look at the recent, maybe not the second Venom movie, but the first Venom movie I thought was a very fun ride, and this is no exception. I'm loving this figure. I definitely did good given the pricing. I mean, hell, a Marvel Legend figure is pretty much costing them between $27 to $33 a piece. So, given that I got him basically for about $25, it's a win-win situation, guys. So, we are Venom. And, I mean, I'm loving this. I can't wait to display him. I gotta figure out how to display him in the dimension because I've been reorganizing everything. I want to do something like this, with him kind of like like he's lunging towards someone. You know, that's the kind of pose I want. So I gotta do some figuring out, playing around with you know, some of his posing. And yes, pose like this I can definitely still do on this kind of stance. I just have to readjust a few things. So yeah, we can still have him in that kind of like he's going after somebody look. Very simple, quick pose. 1, 2, 3. I just gotta readjust the hand on here. Now I will say this: if you have a little trouble keeping this on the side peg, you could take it off, because I think they look a little weird. I do think that the side arms look a little weird, so I might just remove them. But I mean, if you really want to have them on there, but they keep popping off, maybe a little dab of hot glue or something else, just to kind of keep it in there. I don't know. What do you guys think about the extra forearms? I think they're not necessary. I get where they're coming with it, because you have the Venom heads and you have the extra arms coming out of nowhere. So I get that that's kind of what it is. What do you guys think? And which head do you think is the best? Do you think the morphing head of Eddie Brock into Venom is the best one? The closed mouth with the evil grin? Or do you think the mouth open and I just have to peg the tongue in there so we can get that into the right spot? I definitely want to have the tongue, because I think this says Venom. That, I think in itself says Venom. But guys, let me know in the comment section below. Tell me what you thought of this video. Was it a 9 out of 10? Was it a 10 out of 10? Or was it a 7 out of 10? Let me know. Let me know, what do you think of this Marvel Select Venom? Scale of 1 to 10, let me know in the chat below, or in the comment section below. And also guys, please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Let me know in the comments questions, concerns you might have. And guys, as you can see at the top of the screen, we have our socials. You can always hit me up right here on YouTube or Instagram at Daves_Dimension, or we also have a Twitch channel which we sometimes stream on. But of course, you can also reach us on Twitter at Dimension Daves. So guys, always feel free to message me at any time. Questions about the channel, questions about anything and everything that I do, I'm always there for you guys. So guys, until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting. And you guys know what I'm going to say. I will always catch you on the flip side. Take care.